introductions, I think that was already been done, but I'm very happy and privileged to be here. As I came in, I remember the last time I was here, I came for an interview for a CEO of a state corporation, and I became second runners-up. I don't know how many of us were there, but of course it reminded me that, and then I remembered I have to sit here and talk about debt and how you can grow your business using debt. And yes, I have a doctorate in leadership and change management, but I think what I have done all my life is credit, and therefore I think I'm in the right place, and I look forward to discussing with you today. Thank you.
The first question is, I know there's someone talking about risks, but I just want to pose this because it resonates with your topic. In what ways can entrepreneurs balance the need for prudent risk management with the pressure to innovate rapidly, and what metrics should be employed to measure this balance?
The first question was to do with innovation and risk. One of the things that you must appreciate and understand is that entrepreneurs cannot be able to grow if they are not innovative. I mean, we talked about getting a gap and dealing with that gap, giving a solution to the gap that is existing in the society. And to do this, you can only do it by coming up with new things, new elements, new ways of doing things, and new ideas. And when you talk about innovation, it is about taking risks. And we believe and say that you cannot be an entrepreneur if you're not taking a risk. Early in the morning, we had Dr. talking about the kind of risks they have been able to take, and the things that he has been able to do, and the businesses that have failed. I think all of us, at one time or the other, have passed through that. And therefore, what is important for us is to understand that in whatever thing that we are going to do, there is a likelihood of failure. And therefore, as you think about that likelihood, what mitigating factors are you going to put across? I remember my first business, I started at school. And I started at school in partnership with a friend of mine, actually my best man in my wedding. And of course, we had to do this business together. We started very well. We got students and brought them on board. Of course, we built in his land. He was to transfer land, and therefore I was to do all the buildings. And I did all those buildings. And I can tell you people, I left there with nothing. Now, this tells you that I did not look at the risks that were likely to come, and especially the risk of this guy not transferring the land to the school. He was the managing director. He was putting all the money into his accounts and ate everything. And I thought by the time I leave here, I will leave with nothing. And therefore I decided to lose whatever I had invested and walk out. Of course, that was a huge loss. Now to us, we need to think about that. I'll talk about debt and debt financing. And as we talk about debt and debt financing, there is a very big element of the risk that we need to mitigate. In the group that I was in, we were talking about insurances and all that, but insurance is not everything. We have to think about other ideas. How do you get out of an issue before you lose too much? The second question was on
it's how leaders can develop a framework that allows for flexible financial management while still maintaining rigor need to navigate uncertain market conditions.
It's a very tough question. It is too loaded. You know, leadership, and I being a scholar in leadership, we say leadership is about influencing people. It's about influencing the people that you're going to be doing business with. It's about leading from the front and giving solutions to the people that you're going to be leading. And therefore, as you become a leader in your own business, you have to think about all horizons. You have to think beyond what you're doing today and ask yourself, Where can my business lead me to? What are the opportunities that maybe I can be able to exploit as a business person to be able to navigate the many challenges that will come my way? And the framework that you need to put is a framework that is wide, something that is taking you to higher levels. And when we talk about leadership, we talk about planning and strategic planning, so that you can be able to tell yourself, this is my starting point and this is my ending point. These are the resources that I need and this is what I'm going to deploy. And in case I am not able to exploit the opportunities that I had seen, or maybe I develop a challenge in exploiting the resources that are within me, how is it that I'm going to run away from? How am I going to exit? So that at any given time, you are able to monitor what it is that you are doing. And if it is not yielding, then you move quickly to mitigate on the losses before they kill you. Thank you. Enthusiastic with whatever it is that you believe that you can be able to do. But that is the starting point. When you start the business, that is when you take action on whatever it is that you think you will be able to do. You go through what we call the trough of sorrow. This is a very lonely area for an entrepreneur. It is where you get in and you find whatever you believed in, nobody believes in it. The gap you thought that you had identified, there was no gap. And therefore the solution you're trying to offer is not a solution that anyone is willing to buy. That is the lonely part of entrepreneurship. And this is where now only the resilient will survive. And you survive because of what my colleague has talked about here. It is about who is it that you know. What is your network? Who is it that you are going to even convert first so that they can be able to convert your other potential customers. And then when you get there, you get to a realization that this business is actually workable. And when we get now to a potential workable business, there is again a regaining moment where now you start feeling, after all, I was not wrong. I can actually be able to make it. And this is the level where now you bring the friends, the banks, the institutions that can support your idea so that you can be able to scale. And when you scale it, definitely then you will have made it as an entrepreneur. You will become the multi-millionaire you wanted.